What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to another episode of my Race to a Century series where I put myself against Enquiries and we basically do a series where we're racing to 100 wins. For those of you that have never seen this series before or that are new subscribers to my channel, you can check out Enquiries' channel. His links and stuff will be in the description and all that good stuff. Basically guys, the idea is that we're only allowed to open packs with the coins we earn. So we're not allowed to buy players from the trade pile or the from the auction marketplace thing, but we're allowed to open packs with only the coins. I understand a few people do things similar to this and maybe even exactly like this, but nobody does it quite like us, where we make it into a challenge, the first one to get to 100. Just to clear up something about this, where people assume that the person who plays FIFA the most would naturally win the series. That's not quite true. What happens is every episode we're actually going to put in 4 games. So I've got 3 games this episode because my record was 8-1 beforehand, and Enquiries is 8-2. Both, I think, all of our losses have come due to disconnections. So by the end of this episode, I would have played 12 games. By the end of Enquiries' third episode, he would have played 12 games. And basically, we've just put 4 games up per episode, including like pack openings and anything that goes on in between, like you see here with me arranging my team. And that's kind of how it stops somebody winning early, because otherwise I could just put out 2 episodes a day, play the 100 games before Enquiries even gets to 30 games and win, and that's not quite what we're looking to do. Just to let you guys know as well, I've actually created a Facebook fan page. That's what I've done. I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. If you guys would kindly go and like that, or even just look at it or whatever, I will be as active as possible on it. Probably not as much as Twitter, because Twitter's just so much easier to use, but I will definitely be on there. I see the frame rate on this clip is just skipping really badly as well. I don't know why that is. Hopefully it's not like that on all the other clips. Yeah, so if you want to go and check out my Facebook page, I will be putting like photos and video, and maybe this was a laggy game actually. Yeah, photos, videos, obviously things to do with FIFA and EA and all things good. It's really annoying that the clip here is, I don't think it was a laggy game. No, it definitely wasn't. Okay. One thing I want to talk about this episode, guys, is actually well, we'll get the first thing out of the way first. Liverpool v Chelsea, obviously yesterday played 4-1 Liverpool. Liverpool absolutely dominated the game. I understand Chelsea didn't have a first team out. They had like 50% of their first team, and the rest were reserves, or maybe even worse. Liverpool absolutely destroyed them, gave them a beating 4-1. I thought Carroll played immensely. He's really proven himself the last couple of weeks. It's a shame that he didn't play like that over like the whole season, because if he did, Liverpool would be in a much better position than they are right now. But for Chelsea, even though it was only their reserves, the loss is going to be demoralising, because they need to go into the Champions League final in form. And even though it was a loss with your second team, that still hits the team. You'd be surprised how much of an effect that still has, the fact that you took a big loss to a big rival. And it also means now that Chelsea cannot finish in the top 4. So if they don't win the Champions League, it's going to be Europa League football for them next year, which is huge. Not in a good sense, in a bad sense. I couldn't imagine. People tell me like, oh, if Arsenal don't get in the top 4, or if Arsenal don't make Champions League football, that Van Persie's going to be gone. Well, you got to feel the same for Chelsea. Like, why would their stars stay with them when they're not even playing Champions League football? Why would they not want to move on to bigger and better teams? Juan Mata, Fernando Torres, Drogba, probably not Lampard and Terry. I don't think they'll ever leave the club. But just all of like people like Ramirez and stuff. He's a world-class player. He deserves to be playing in the Champions League, and Chelsea need to win that Champions League to get that Champions League spot for next year. And if they don't, I fear for the club, because you can have as much money as you want, but if you're not winning games and not winning things, players aren't going to want to come and play for you. The one thing I want to talk about is, in general, for this video, even though we're coming close to the end now, is Chris Smoove. I watch his videos all the time. I love his style of commentary, and just the way he does offline game modes is incredible. It's second to none. I've never seen anyone do an offline game mode quite as good as him, other than Minecraft. Minecraft is kind of a different kettle of fish, because like the online and offline are pretty much the same. There's no competitive nature to Minecraft. But the way he does like his My Player series with NBA, he actually makes watching an offline game mode interesting, and I was wondering if you guys would like to see something, not necessarily NBA, but would like to see me play something offline, whether it's FIFA or potentially like NBA or NHL or Tiger Woods Golf or anything, but just putting maybe a different twist on it, something that you wouldn't have seen before. But what happens in offline game modes, and what Chris Smoove does really, really well, even when he plays Call of Duty sometimes, but mainly when he plays NBA, is he talks about the game like it's real life. He really involves you in the game. He makes it feel like it's real, and that's probably why it's so interesting. So I'm not sure, like COD can't really be like that. You couldn't pretend that you'd be an actual soldier, because once you die, you're dead. But something like Tiger Woods Golf would be, I think, would be quite an interesting thing to do, and you could also do it with other YouTubers and whatnot, because you can have tours and all that kind of good stuff. But let me know whether you'd like to see that perhaps on this channel or perhaps on my second channel, which I know I keep saying you guys I'm going to upload videos to, and I just haven't. But I'm just really struggling to find the time at the moment, in terms of getting good gameplay and making a commentary along with all the other stuff I've got going on. So this is the end of the video now, guys. This guy rage quits after 2-0. If you could hit that like button, it would be amazing. Don't forget to check out callum. His link and Twitter will be in the description, as will my Facebook page and Twitter. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers.